All right, Rip City Drive with Dwight and Chad. Chris Haynes, TNT, and Bleacher Report going to stop by and talk NBA Finals at 5:20. Joining us now in studio is a gentleman who is part of the Independent Restaurant Concepts, IRC. They have 6 locations in the Portland area, and they've got 2 out at the coast. Josh Johnson is in studio. He is an Oregon State Beaver. Josh, welcome in, man.
Thanks, Chad.
You played rugby at Oregon State. Is that correct?
I did. It's part of the reason that got me to Oregon in the first place.
Gosh, rugby. So I didn't even know until you told me that Oregon State actually had a rugby team. So you came up and you guys were pretty good at the time.
Yeah, it's when I was there, we were one of the top 5 teams in the country and had a pretty proud record of barely ever losing.
Gosh, that's a contact sport too.
Yeah.
You got to be tough, Chad. That's not for guys like you and me. It's for tough guys.
I was more of a quarterback position, so I got away with. That's why I still have all my teeth.
That's great. No, we all have a Bay Area connection. I used to live and work down there. Shacker is a big Bay Area sports fan. You've been up here for a long time, but you grew up a 49er and Giants fan, so you like some of the 49er and Giant stuff that Shacker's spread around the studio.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about your restaurant group. You have 6 locations here in Portland. You got 2 out on the coast. So, I mean, what got you started in the restaurant biz?
It's a long story. So I grew up working in restaurants as a summer job, make money through college, that kind of thing. And when I left school, I worked more professionally in sales, mostly in high-tech sales. And I got to the point where I just got sick of sitting in a cubicle.
Yeah.
And I left and sat there and went through a whole process of trying to figure out what I would do. And I said, well, bartending, that was the funnest job I ever had. So let's do that. So I left high tech, went back to bartending for about 2.5 years until we figured out how to start our own.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Must have been saving your money, Josh.
Oh, I'm just really good at going into debt.
Or good at getting money from other people, right? That helps.
It's part of it.
But looking back now that you're doing what you're doing, as scary as it was to take that first step, I mean, was it all worth it? Like looking back now with the fear that you face stepping out on your own like that?
Yeah, I really do enjoy what I do. And to me, it's always been more about quality of lifestyle than money. I mean, restaurants is a hard business to make money in. It's a low margin business.
Yeah.
So you got to work hard for it. But I do love it. I love the entertaining aspect, and I tell people all the time we throw parties professionally.
That's great. All right, give me a quick brief breakdown. We're going to talk about Satellite Tavern, which is up in North Portland off of Interstate Ave in just a moment with the Blackout Putting League. But give me a quick breakdown on the 6 locations you have here in town in the Portland area.
Sure. Our first is called North 45 Pub. It's up on Northwest 21st Avenue. It's been there going on 19 years. Wow. Great outdoor back patio, kind of an upscale neighborhood pub. It's the easy way to describe it. Next would be Patty's Bar and Grill, oldest Irish bar, still operating Irish bar in the city, right down on the waterfront. Most people seem to find us on St. Patrick's Day, but we like customers the other 364 days a year too.
Really?
And big library ladder, wall of booze. We've got a breakfast spot in the Lloyd district called Cadillac Cafe.
Oh, been there many times.
Yeah, kind of a
Great lunch
spot.
institutional lunch spot over there.
Great spot.
And the car's still in the dining room.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Cadillac. Yeah.
We took over the McMillan Brothers' original property, which is Produce Row Cafe, about 10 years ago. And that is our busiest spot for events, really popular event spot.
Still bringing singers in there and bands and
Yeah,
stuff?
but, it's transitioned more to DJ events.
Oh, really?
Because it's still in a zoned industrial, and they can play loud and late.
Yeah.
But the, award-winning patio, people love it.
Been there many times, too.
So that's 4, 5? We've got 2 left. No, that's 4.
Yeah.
So the Independent Sports Bar and Grill right down on Broadway next to the Benson Hotel. It's up for Willamette Week People's Choice right now for best sports bar in the city. So please vote. And then Satellite Tavern, which is our North Portland sports bar, neighborhood bar. And it's got a little North Portland grit to it. It's a little more irreverent. And
yeah, I love the north part of town, and I like what you've got there. And what I like is what you've done on the outside portion of the restaurant at Satellite, where they got the great patio area where you can sit back, watch a game, have some food, drink a brew. But then you've got other activities you can do with a new putting green that's out there where you can practice your putting. I'm a big golfer, so, the putts are always very important. But that just went in recently. So what was the idea by putting the putting green in?
Well, we originally opened with a horseshoe pit, and it just wasn't getting a lot of use. And we were trying to figure out a way to activate the space out there. And if you look around, all that new housing they've built, there's nobody has a yard, and so we're kind of the de facto backyard for the neighborhood.
Yes.
And by the way, we sell hamburgers and beer, so it works out great. So the putting league was just another way to use the space, and we thought we would get, get some regulars coming in once a week or a couple times a week and keep people around a little longer. We've got something to entertain them.
Yeah. And you guys are very pet friendly too, which is awesome.
Yep. We're hoping there's no pet accidents on our nice new petting green, but yeah, it's a great patio for you to bring your pets along.
That's terrific. All right. So the Blackout Putting League, this is something that's brand new, and it's going to be coming to Satellite Tavern. It's going to be June 20th through August 29th. It's a round robin with teams of 2. And the grand prize for the winning pair, they get to split a credit for $1,000 at Red Tail Golf Center, which is awesome. And then also you get your own green jacket. So just a step down from the Masters if you win the tournament, which is going to be awesome. So tell us about the concept, the idea behind the Blackout Putting League.
Well, we were trying to come up with how to figure out a game that would be easy to manage and get a good bracket going. And so we just started looking up different games, and it actually was inspired by beer pong with the beer cups. And
Yes.
every time you make one in, you turn the cup over and it leaves less cups until
Yes.
they're all gone. So we converted it to golf, and we said, well, it's a perfect synergy between a sports bar and a putting green. So we called it Blackout Putting League. And it's $50 to enter, teams of 2 every Thursday. There's the bracket will kind of be self-generated in advance, and $1,000. We don't have to use it at Red Tail. We haven't bought it yet. So if you have your own golf course you want to go to, we're happy to support them if you win. And the Satellite Masters green jacket is pretty slick.
That is awesome. So if you are interested and you want to register your pair, your team of 2, what's the best way to do that?
I would reach out directly to the manager. You could call the restaurant or email at manager@satellitetavern.com.
Okay, good. That easy. Manager at satellitetavern.com to get in. Now, what is you've got like a Hall of Shame at the Satellite, too, with different jerseys. I think Pete Rose is a part of it
Yeah.
and some other notorious athletes for their shenanigans.
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
We were just trying to think of a different twist on some memorabilia and Wall of Shame. Well, I think I found the Pete Rose jersey first, and then I ran across an O.J. Simpson jersey, and then it just kind of waterfalled. And I said, let's start buying these up. And under Pete Rose jersey, for example, it says Pete Rose gambling, Michael Vick dogfighting.
Yes.
And so we've had a couple people come in and not like him, but you can't please everybody. So.
I've always wondered, I love asking restaurant owners this, but what do you think is the key? I've been told that, the connection with the local farmers and the restaurants is very important. Portland is very embracing in terms of no matter where you're from, if you have good service and a good product, people will give you a chance. Like, what do you think makes Portland such a unique food town?
I think you nailed it. I mean, there's such available access to great product, great bounty, right? Whether it be fresh seafood or the farming. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And I think that drove a lot of the real creative chefs here to the region, and it just blossomed from there. Greg Higgins, some of those guys that really started that movement back in the day, and it sticks. I mean, we're still getting great restaurants and James Beard Awards, and it's fantastic.
And you've been around, you've seen restaurants. Portland's always been a good food town, hasn't it, Godfather?
Absolutely has. And I'm glad that you guys survived with all those places during COVID. That must have been a real struggle for you.
Yeah, it was scary. On St. Patrick's Day, my biggest day of the year, we had to lay off about 180 employees, including myself.
Man.
And so we didn't really know what was going to happen. And we're still grinding through it. I mean, the restaurant business nationally is still in a place of uncertainty, is the way
Are we
to say
doing better locally, Josh, than they are nationally, or how does that stand, do you think?
I mean, even regionally, the restaurants in your suburbs, with the departure of a lot of businesses from downtown,
Mhm.
your Beaverdens, your Tualetons, those kind of places a lot of the businesses move there and a lot of the people. So what we're really waiting for is the workers to come back to work in their office downtown, and that will that density of people will transform the vibrancy of downtown overnight, because there'll be people down there going out for lunch, going shopping, using the dry cleaner, all those things. That'll bring Portland's vibrancy back overnight.
Are you getting any assurances that that movement is underway?
Oh, well, there's hope.
Yeah.
It's a interesting election year for us locally. If I'm excited to get some new business friendly leadership in the city manager, keep beefing up on our safety and our police and addressing the homeless problem. The same things everybody's talking about. I think we just need some strong leadership that are willing to put their neck out and lean into it and get it done.
All right, the Blackout Putting League. It's going to start June 20th, and it runs through August 29th, teams of 2, and it's a round-robin format. If you want to join and you have a team, you can reach out to Satellite Tavern directly or just email manager@satellitetavern.com, and you'll get the information you need to put together your teams. And you can check out the sweet putting green and the great outdoor area they have at Satellite Tavern. It's awesome. I've been there many a times. I think you'll like it. So check it out. Satellite Tavern, Blackout Putting League, June 20th through August 29th. Josh Johnson from Independent Restaurant Concepts here in the studio. Nice work, man. It's great to have you in studio.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are great. Go Beavs.
All right, we'll keep things rolling. Chris Haynes is going to join us at 5:20.